Evening, and it is the evening. It's dark outside. Look, it's dark. Which, instead of wasting the evening, which I could quite happily do, sit on the computer and, you know, play games or look on the internet, watch YouTube, I've decided I'm going to make my milling thing. This is going to be part one of turning the tree into the stairs. Now, I'm going to draw a design and get all my measurements on the whiteboard so I know what they are and I don't have to keep re-measuring the saw. I'm going to follow the, is it an Alaskan sawmill? Chainsaw mill? Might be Alabama or something like that. There are mills you can buy. They're about £200. They're made out of aluminium. They're adjustable. And I could go and buy that, but I didn't want to. I didn't see the challenge in that. So I've gone and bought myself some box steel, some 2.5mm walled 30mm box, and some 3mm walled 25mm box. So hopefully they'll slide inside each other. You know, 30 minus 2.5 minus 2.5 makes 25. So they should slide real nice. I'm going to get some grub screws. So I'm going to draw a design on here. You'll get it sped up, obviously. I'll take all the measurements. And then we'll also be, not just in here, which is the workshop, we will be in here, which is my dad's workshop. But in here you'll notice there's not much woodworking tools. It's all metalwork. How very convenient. He's got a welder, he's got a 3-phase arc welder, we've got a MIG welder. We've got all the things I could possibly need to make this here. It's called a mill, I think, although it doesn't really sound like a mill to me. So yeah, we're going to go back to the other workshop, do the design, do the drawings, take some measurements, have a think, and we're going to start building it. Bye. Okay, we've done some measuring and I've got a rough plan. It's kind of difficult to draw what I'm imagining, but essentially, let's take you off of here, which is a bad idea because then I'm going to start wobbling and it's going to be awful. But let's have a look. Here is the plan. It's going to be just a basic frame like so. I'm going to make a dead flat square like that, where the external measurements, and on this I'll have some of the 30mm bar box on the outside like so, dead upright. I'll have two of them like so, 5 inches apart on the external measurements, which correlates to this, which is where the bar, this is my chainsaw bar. I'm going to have a 2-inch bit of very hard rubber or something that's not metal on metal, because I want to have a spacer so the metal is nowhere near the blade or the chain to start with, but hard enough and grippy enough so it, you know, holds. There'll be 2 plates there, and from this point is where this box will come up and come through this hole. It's pretty difficult to actually draw how I want to do it, but I've got it in my head now and I've got the measurements I need. You'll notice this time I've decided to go for inches. I don't know why, because I'm using metric bar, but I have, and that's what it fell on. So we're going to go work to this design, ish, and then see how far we get. So yeah, bye. Okay guys, we've come across our first problem. Now I was on the assumption that steel would be pretty bloody close. This here is 30mm steel, 30mm box, so 30mm from the outside to the outside, with a 2.5mm wall. So I assumed, no, it appears I assumed incorrectly, that the internal measurement of this would be 25mm. Right? So I went and bought some 25mm outside to outside steel. This is so close, but it doesn't quite, I mean, it does just nip on there. So I'm going to have to sand down or grind down this 25mm bar, only on the 4 legs. I was hoping that was just going to slide on there real nice, so I could just have a little grub screw, and so I've just made myself some more work. Never mind, we'll carry on. Next problem. Here's me trying to cut everything exactly in the same place. Look at them! Not one's the same size. I mean, those two there, corner to corner, are nearly close. But that one's miles off. I've got some serious grinding to do on them, haven't I? Anyway, we all make mistakes. These ones came out brilliantly. These ones came out really nicely. I mean, they're within measurements of each other. So sort of a mil. The same as these other ones, but these four short ones, which are going to be where the legs slide down through, I mean, they don't have to be exactly the same height, but they should be, and I'm going to make them exactly the same height. So that there is the top frame. We've got the two left and right pieces. There's a piece for the middle. That's the front and back, the bits that are actually going to run along the ladder. And these bits are going to be welded to here, like so, with a 5-inch external measurement from there to there. And they will sink down and make me able to use to clamp my saw bar. So now we're going to try cutting the bottom bit. Okay guys, we've found the culprit. If you can see in there, which you probably can't, just here at the bottom, there is a seam. Obviously how they made it. And that's the only thing that's stopping it from sliding through. So, if you see one eye here, I've just filed out. It said seam, which you still can't see, but when you get this in the right way around, it does work because I just had it in there. Look! Gets a bit tight towards the end, so I'm going to have to go around and give them all a good filing. But it's working, so that's a big positive. So I'm going to file these down, file all the seams out, give them a good old roughening up, and then we're going to try some welding. And my welding's not great. But I was always told it's not about how well you can weld, it's about how much you can be bothered to grind off afterwards. So it's structural. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the joint. It just doesn't look pretty. So yeah, I'm going to do some more filing. Okay guys, we're going to call it there for part one. It is it's about 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, so I've got work in the morning, so I can't be out here all night. We've got pretty far. No, I say pretty far, it's not that far at all actually. But we've got these two bits here done, so they're all ground up. Got the nuts, sorry, the bolts welded to the plates. These will sit on the end of these here runners. Actually line them up, sit on there, so you know, one on either side of that. These are the four runners. These will come straight down. I widened this from 5 inches to 7 inches because I didn't want it anywhere near my blade. So you see I've got a nice bit of space between, you know, my blade and anything metal. Same up this end. So this is one I'll go hard against here. See, nice and far away from the blade. Well, I keep calling it the blade, it's a chain technically, isn't it? What else is there? We've got, this is the top part, so these are the two wide bits that are going to run along the ladder. These are the two ends, obviously they go on the end of them. This is a middle strut, so if I'm actually running on the wood, it won't just drop off when it falls off one of these, it'll run along this as well. So I'm going to have to get my old man round here tomorrow and get him to sort out the big welder for me, because MIG welding's all well and good, but I'm not very good at it. It's a bit rough, and I want these to be nice, straight, square joints, and I think I can do a better job with the stick welder, arc welder. So yeah, until next time guys, it'll probably be tomorrow night, so don't worry, you won't have to wait long. That's how far we've got with our milling machine. Bye.